Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think anybody likes that. We were about to fight in 48 hours. You didn't need to bring up my daughters. I have 3 little girls, man, and they really look forward to the fights. They look forward to going to fights. You know, 2 of them want to be fighters when they get older, man, and my youngest is to be determined. She's only 2
Yeah.
years old, so I really look forward to bringing my girls to these events. And when you start bringing up those little girls of mine, you will get what you're looking for. You will get a fight. And
welcome back to the show. I'm joined today with Killa, Kam Arnold. Kam Arnold, 5-1 as a professional fighter here in New England. Kam, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Also known as the People's Champ, as I see right down in that corner, the People's Champ, Killa, Kam Arnold. Kam, you got an upcoming fight here February 8th in Portland, Maine at the Portland Expo. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm having my 7th professional fight as a mixed martial artist. Currently 5-1 with 5 knockouts, 5 TKOs, whichever way you want to put it. Yeah, looking to add on to the list here in a week and a half. It's been pretty, people may say it's a long camp for them, but it's been honestly a pretty short camp for me as far as feels like time has just gone right by in a blink of an eye. I feel like I blinked in November and here I am fighting next week. So,
yeah.
know.
So you're on a 3-fight win streak right now with all finishes in each of those fights. So how are you able to continue to rattle off these exciting fights that you just kind of continue to be in?
Really, man, I keep that Bill Belichick mentality. I don't know if you look back in my amateur career, ever since I first started fighting, that's really the mentality I've kept. It's one fight at a time, and although it looks like I've compiled some good stats over the last year as far as being 3-0 as a professional over the last year with 3 finishes, it's really one fight at a time. So a lot of people view you as you're only good as your last fight. And right now, I won my last fight. That's cool and all, but that's in the past. So right now I'm 0-0, and I'm going into next week 0-0, and hopefully I end that week 1-0.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good start for the year, man. And I'm really looking forward to be able to spend time with my kids and my wife again. And I really would like life to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. So your last win was against Seth Basler, and that was up in Bangor, right?
Yeah, fuck that kid.
That was a good fight, though. You TKO'd him or knocked him out in the 3rd round with that power hook he got, and then he just crumbled after that.
How's it going, my man? Thank you. I don't know you're not wrong. I'm doing an interview, but it's all right. Yeah, man, I wanted to make that kid pay. He kept bringing up my kids at the press conference.
Yeah.
It's just some shit you don't say, you don't do, and a lot of people didn't like me bringing out the phone and recording him on the mat. But at the end of the day, the motherfucker was bringing up my kids, and I had to show my kids this is what you don't do when you're about to fight, or this is what you don't do in general. You don't bring up another man's kids, man, and especially fucking mine. I don't like that. I don't think anybody likes that. We were about to fight in 48 hours. You didn't need to bring up my daughters. I have 3 little girls, man, and they really look forward to the fights. They look forward to going to fights. 2 of them want to be fighters when they get older, man, and my youngest is to be determined. She's only 2 years old, so I really look forward to bringing my girls to these events. And when you start bringing up those little girls of mine, you will get what you're looking for. You will get a fight. And the thing is, it's like I could have ended that fight in the very first round when I dropped him. I wanted to get that cage time. I wanted to beat his ass for 3 more rounds. He had a couple of instances where he put a couple of punches together. That's great and all, but I really dictated that entire fight from start to finish. I out-wrestled him, out-grappled him, I out-struck him. Boxing, kickboxing, didn't matter. I made that kid pay for 3 rounds.
Yeah, no, you did a great job with your calf kicks. I thought those were great. You were really hitting his lead leg, and you were just mixing it up well on the feet, using your hands, feet, and going for that head kick too. You had a really great, like, I think it was left high kick that would hit him a couple times. That was really, really good.
Thank you, man. I counted 31 landed calf kicks out of 36.
Wow.
So I from my counting during the fight, I counted 31 out of 36 calf.
Is that something new that you've added into your game plan for that fight? Was that for calf kicks, or it just kind of happened?
No, man, not at all. I've had that in my repertoire for a long time, and I'm grateful for my teammates. Love hate. It's a love hate, implementation of that skill set. So you have to practice that during sessions, and anybody who's given or received a couple of calf kicks, it only takes one or two to really start changing up how somebody moves.
Yeah.
And with me training over at Evolution Athletics in Saco, I have a main stable of like 4 or 5 guys and girls I train with over there, and they get to reap the receiving end of those calf kicks quite a bit. So I love them, they love them, but receiving those aren't very fun. So I think in a live situation, it's just more so about applying the distance management and being able to close that distance to really execute that calf kick. 'Cause you can't just throw naked kicks. You have to really set it up with your hands, or if you're going to set up your hands, you set them up with your feet, vice versa. They open up each other. So
I thought. I thought it was a great game plan by you. You also just mentioned Evolution Athletics, so that's one of the gyms you currently train at. You got a bunch of people from that gym fighting on this upcoming card, February 8th. How is it training with that many people getting ready to all fight the same night?
Oh man, it's I've been down here at Fusion for the last 2 weeks, so training with Evo's been great. Everybody's real hard worker over there. The coaching staff is great, man. It's really fun to be a small part of that gym. I hope I have a small impact on everybody over there. Like I said, I've built some really good relationships with those guys. Everybody's very goal-driven, work-oriented, so everybody works very hard all the time. Nate always pushes us. Nate Libby's always pushing us. Taylor Constantino always pushing us. So it's really good work over there, man. Everybody, like I said, everybody's very goal-oriented, and everybody shows up. So it makes for work to be a lot easier when everybody's going to fight together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So where's Fusion XL? Where is that?
It's out of Orlando, Florida.
Okay. So when did you get there?
Man, I've been coming to this gym for the last 4 years now.
Okay.
I've been coming here. I try to come here about 2 to 3 times every year. Kind of wrap up my camps with these guys. The work here is second to nobody. Even the evening classes where it'd be like more so your everyday guys or fighters coming in for their second or third sessions, professionals, people in the UFC. It's this gym is loaded all the time, every day, man. And like I said, even like the everyday people classes, the work that it entails to complete that class is it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
And that is really the biggest difference from Maine to Florida is the workload. It's up in our region, a lot of people have this mistaken perspective that their work that they're putting in is, top notch, and maybe in the grand scheme of things in our small little region it is, but if you're trying to get on the bigger scale of things, you really have to get out and you have to test yourself, and every time I come here, man, like I said, I've been coming here for the last 4 years now. Every time I come here, it takes me at least a week to be able to get up to speed with everybody as far as their speed, their timing, their rhythm.
Yeah.
And just one session with these guys is 3 hours long. And that's a Monday fucking morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Up in Maine, granted, we have to work full time. Most of us do have to work full time. Which is great and all, but I want to make it to the next step.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fight for NEF my entire career. Like, if I'm not getting to the UFC, I better preserve my health and my intelligence, my brain, everything, and start applying my intention onto my children because they are the future. You know what I mean? So it's like I can't rely on, settling.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to go out there and I have to put myself out there and test myself because me being down here is like contender series fight almost every day.
Yeah.
It is literally everybody I'm going with, man, is such a high level fighter. It's and everybody is so so welcome.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but just being around these guys, it's refreshing,
Yeah,
man.
iron sharpens iron,
Fine.
so you're gonna continue to grow wherever you go.
Yeah, it's fun to be around. It's fun to watch. It makes me want to be here from morning time till what time is it right now? I'm 8:30. I still haven't even eaten dinner yet. Like I got to go shopping, but I'm here and this is where I want to be.
Yeah. So after your fight February 8th, how many times? What else are you looking to accomplish this year to get you to that next level?
I'm looking to get past February 8th. That's what I'm looking at right now. I have, past February 8th, you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at Karina, Cora, and Carly, and my wife. That's what I'm looking at. I don't even want nobody, to fucking ask me when I am fighting again. I have literally have had an active year last year, man. I said I was going to take this card off originally after my last fight, and I was. People keep on trying to call me, and people, and I was kind of nudged to get into this card, which is no big deal because I'm at that point now where I need to stay active. But I'm a dad, dude.
Yeah.
My kids are missing me. I'm missing wrestling season, man. Like I miss, a lot of shit this winter that has a lot to do with my family. That means a lot to me. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to be a good teammate to everybody at Evo and be a good body and be there every day, and want to train and for my own mental health and for my own physical health, physical well-being. I need to train a lot, man. I have to be in the gym every day, but sometimes you just got to learn to fucking take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit and kind of reset and, do what's right for you and your family. So after February 8th, I'm not looking at anything else. I'm looking at my family. I'm spending time with my family, and I could give a fuck what anybody else has to say.
Yeah, that's good. No, it's good to take time off, recharge, let everything just settle down, especially after you've taken like this will be your fourth fight in a row.
Fourth card in a row.
Fourth card in a row.
It'll be honestly my fifth card in a row because I was supposed to fight Shaquille Solaren or something back.
Oh, yeah, up at the Aura.
Yeah, and a shoulder injury. My shoulder blew out.
Yeah, so that's a lot of stress to put on the body. 5 weight cuts back to back. That's a lot.
And that's another thing. It's like I'm still dealing with fucking nagging shit, man. So it's I don't think I've ever really gone into a fight 100%. I'm not gonna get into any details there, but
So what's a normal day in a life look for you when you're maybe not in training camp and you're back up in Maine?
Still training, still basic. As much as I say I'm looking to take time off, or anytime I get like tired, or I want to focus back on my kids. I look to focus on my kids and spend time with my kids and children. I really do that, but the everyday life for me is just really going to the gym or going to work, going to the gym, loving my children, loving my wife. That's really all I care about is my kids and my wife. Man.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck about anything else. I don't, and maybe a lot of my feeling right now is just based off me missing them right now. I've been gone away from them for 2 weeks, in the very heightened sense part of fight camp. It's like my last 2 to 3 weeks before my fight, and I always get emotional right around this time. You know what I mean? So Over this last week, I've been really missing them.
Yeah. How's the weight been? Because you're fighting at 135, right?
Yeah, I'm fighting at 135. I was trying to get a catch weight at 130 for this fight. I originally was offered Sean about, I don't know, before they announced the fight. I was originally offered him about 4 weeks prior. We were discussing him 4 weeks prior. And I wanted to get him at a catch weight of 130 because he's originally a flyweight.
Okay.
But he said no, and he wanted to fight me at 35.
Yeah.
So I originally said, no, I'm all set, dude. I'm not trying to fight at 35 anymore. If I do fight at 35, I'd like to fight one of the bigger names in the region. You know what I mean? I'm 5-1 now, you know, but I'm a flyweight, dude. Let's be real. You know, once you get out of Maine, you start, you know, seeing how big these bantamweights are getting.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm really a flyweight. I've been saying that my entire career, and now people are really starting to come around to the idea. So, I just got to buckle up. I got to suck it up, and you know, I just got to be disciplined for a longer time out than usual. So,
yeah. What do you normally walk around at?
It really all depends, man.
Yeah.
So I could walk at anywhere. Literally, I could walk anywhere from 140 to, you know. Granted, I don't touch these numbers anymore, but like at my highest, I've touched 160. You know, but that's like me. You know, I'm 5'6", dude. At 160 pounds, that's not so attractive. So, like for me, I found my healthiest walking weight. I like to be at around like right now, 145 pounds. Yeah. You know, so right now I'm 144, 145 pounds right now. I feel good.
Yeah. I mean, and that's also like a good weight to cut from, you know? It's not too crazy. Too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen other guys, like I've heard Mitch Raposo walks around at like 52, 53. Wow. You know, and that kid's still shredded at that weight, I feel like. You know what I mean?
He's just got a lot of muscle, so he's got a lot of water in him.
Yeah, and maybe, I think maybe he's like an inch shorter than me. So,
yeah, probably.
I mean, man, that kid has a lot of talent, all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
But I see guys like that, dude, and I'm like, I belong in that weight class. You know, and I can't help but wonder what I would do to these flyweights when I get a hold of them, man. So it'll be only a matter of time, you know, and God willing, hopefully with all the effort that I've put into my camp, that I get in and I start this kid. I go on to loving my kids.
Yeah. So what do you know about your opponent, Sean Johnson, in this upcoming fight?
What do I know about him?
Yeah, style-wise, how do you feel like it's going to go?
From what I've seen from him, he has some pretty slick jiu-jitsu. I think his best game plan, or not even his best game plan, but I think his game plan, what his personal game plan might be is, honestly, I think he's going to try to stand up with me.
Yeah?
Who knows? Like I said, I've seen him work, man. I think he has some slick jiu-jitsu. I think my wrestling is going to be way too much for him, honestly. I only showed a glimpse of it my last fight, man. You know, and once I really start opening up that can of worms and showcasing that confidence that I have in my abilities, that I know I have, it's going to be a treat.
Yeah.
I think I got away from all that with obviously throwing bombs and falling in love with striking, man. But once I start showcasing that wrestling and the control, it's gonna be a whole new can of worms that everybody else can be like, okay, like I've seen glimpses of it in the past. I've seen them fucking, pick guys up, drop them on their head, nice blast doubles, all this stuff, man. But I really want to start putting it together, changing levels, my rhythm, everything, my penetration step. It's going to be so much better, man. So who knows? I'm really looking to take this fight anywhere, dude. I know he has some pretty good stand-up as well. You know, he's long, he's rangy, he's lanky, and he will push the fight. You know, I've watched him fight Jeff Joy for Combat FC. And Jeff was 5-0 when he fought him, and he gave Jeff some trouble, man. So I know he's coming in. He has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be bigger guy. You know, regardless of him being a natural flyweight,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be taller. You know, but who knows?
Yeah.
I may go in there and he may look at me like I'm a big fit guy. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be interesting to see styles wise because his style of striking, he can get flashy. But I can get flashy too, man. You guys haven't seen that either. So, you know, you've seen just I feel like you guys have only seen a scrape of what I possess, you know,
Okay.
and I'm sure everybody says, "Oh, you see me in the gym, I'm a gym killer." Da, da, da.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of putting it out there in a live situation. You gotta be calm, confident, you know, put together, man, and precise.
How did it feel to go all those 3 rounds? Well, almost all the full of the third round in your last fight. How did that feel?
It felt great, dude. Like
you looked like you didn't slow down from round to round.
No.
You kept a consistent pace, striking output, and you were just kind of moving constantly in there.
The only thing that I was disappointed in with myself was volume.
Okay.
Right? Because I dictated everything. The one thing I did too much was I dictated and slowed down the pace of the fight.
Yeah.
Right? To a point where I was making them miss and making them pay, but I was only making them pay with like 1 shot, 2 shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this fight, like this coming fight, I'm really looking forward to put everything together and, you know, high numbers.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm looking for a high pace, high volume, high punch count, you know, and putting the pressure on him early. You know, I don't want him to get comfortable. I want to put him on the back foot, put him up against the cage, and whoop his ass.
So thank you for joining me today, Cam. Killa Kam Arnold here on the show, fighting February 8th in Portland, Maine at the Portland Expo. Cam, I'm going to leave the floor to you. Feel free to give out shout-outs and sponsors, whatever you may feel.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank you for having me on this platform, giving me the opportunity to, you know, express myself anyway. You know, our interactions have always been great, so I really want to show my appreciation for you first off.
I enjoyed it when we commentated the fights. I remember that too. That was awesome.
Yeah, I would love to do that more, man. I think it'd be fun. It was my first time, and based off that first experience, I have some really good material and experience going forward. So it'd be really fun to do that again with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, secondly, I'd love to give a shout out, obviously, and a massive thank you to my wife and my kids for always supporting me and, you know, always backing me no matter what I do in my crazy life, man. As the head of the household, they're always backing me in some crazy decisions I'm making. So, but, you know, in the real world, my wife runs it all. So, you know, she's the El Presidente back at home, and, you know, without her, I wouldn't be able to do none of it. So, yeah, I love you, Sierra. Thank you very much for always loving me and showering me with your support. I want to thank the coaches and my teammates over at Evolution Athletics, Cugno Boxing, Glenn Cugno, Nate Libby. Thank you guys so much for always putting work in with me, even when I'm hard to love. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to everybody here at Fusion, Julian Williams, Bruno, Coach Manny, Coach JT. Did you get me all that?
Yeah.
Sorry. I just want to give a shout out to coaches, Coach Julian, Coach Bruno, Coach JT, Coach Edwin, Coach Manny, couple of other coaches I can't really pronounce the names. Coach Mano, Coach Makakao, I think his name is. Man, there's so many people here. The teammates here, everybody, like the fight team here, man, everybody here is so incredible. They literally make me feel like I'm a part of the team. It's I gotta stop saying that, you know. They correct me every time I say that. I am a part of the team. And I just want, how's it going, my man? And I want to thank all my sponsors for making this trip come to fruition, you know, really supporting me and backing me in my career. I want to thank PMC Plumbing. I want to thank Mainline Plumbing and Heating. I want to thank Toy Plumbing & Co. I I want to thank Venture Wild Tattoo. I want to thank Arnold's Crystal Clean LLC. I want to thank Fair Carpentry Services. I want to thank HCMMC. I want to thank Naples Marina. I want to thank Hydro Seed Edge Cutter Services. I want to thank Gary Rowe Handcrafted Jewelry. I want to thank the Power Doc. Support your local 6'5".